Hi, I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and I'd like to invite you to come visit a new to me thrift shop. I've been driving past this place for a couple months now and never had a chance to stop in while they were open to take a look. Sometimes with these little independently owned stores, it's hard to figure out what the line between thrift shop and secondhand shop and antique shop is. I don't think this place had a name on the door. If you look there behind the doll, that is one of those resin clocks that people in the online groups have been calling vomit clocks, and that is actually the first one I've seen out in the store. These grab bags, I wish now I would have picked one up and rattled it to see what sort of stuff might have been in there. That $30 value as determined by the shop, I have my doubts. Really like this piece of costume jewelry. It was so pretty. Didn't look for the price. The prices in this shop were not cheap. I'd love to know where all these paintings came from. My guess is that maybe it was one person's set of things they had painted. What would you call that? Output isn't the word I want. There were a lot, and they just gave the vibe that they were from the same person. Pretty chairs, but for $40 each, out of my range, and I have said before, I do not need any more chairs. There's another picture. I like those leaves in the shadows. And the shafts of light in this one really caught my eye. If you take a look at that plate there, I found an identical plate on our Goodwill bin shopping trip. Can't read the price here. I think they wanted 20 something for it, which makes me really wish that I had bought the one of the Goodwill bins. At the time, I wasn't realizing that it was the glassware price and not the $2.28 a pound for clothing. Bad decisions, buyer's regrets. It's the ones you don't buy that haunt you. And I'm curious about this shop. All of this front room, and there was no one in this front room, the layout of the place doesn't make it really clear where you are and aren't allowed to go. I'm swooning over this vintage glass. I don't know. Is that Carnival glass? If you know the name, can you tell me? And more waves. I love paintings that capture the way the light reflects on and in the water. Someday I'm going to have a painting of waves. I'm probably going to have a cross-stitch piece of waves. This is the back room, or side room, I guess, since it also opens to the front. Really kind of intriguing trunk with a painted top. There was more. This was not as well organized and did not have the nicer stuff that was on display in the front room. I don't know if this is a place that buys storage units and sells things, or quite what the deal is. There have been a few shops like this in our area, and they seem to come and go relatively quickly. I do love that we're getting all these new thrift and secondhand shops, and some are better than others. Those were false doors. The label sign said there was a record player inside, but I didn't want to move everything off the top just to take a peek. Not sure if that was part of a waterbed frame. And look at this wicker bassinet. It was so pretty. It was in good shape, but it just... My 2019 me has a hard time believing that we thought that it was okay to put babies in those. Even though I did have a wicker bassinet that was mine as a child that we used for our oldest. Now I'm expecting more solid baby furniture. It'd be great for display or a doll collection, though. Lots of tables, lots of chairs. Can you get a glimpse at the thing that I will be swooning over in just a second? That's not it. I have a similar measuring cup that I use on my sewing table to hold knitting needles and spare threads and other things, and I thought about buying a second one, but It was cheap, but I just wasn't quite motivated enough to make the purchase. And here is the swoon-worthy piece I found in this shop. There is so much I like about this little sofa. I love the color, I love the shape. I didn't sit down on it to see if it was comfy because there was really no chance that it was going to come home with me. And this is coming about to the end of the shop. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed a chance to go, maybe this isn't thrifting, it's secondhand shopping with me. Again, I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and I'll see you again soon.